Alright, so before I start this, I'm going to introduce my audience again. I have Matt, my boyfriend, my brother Cody, his girlfriend Jessica, and my brother Kyle. For this speech, we were supposed to pick a topic that has pros and cons to it, and then try and persuade my audience as to why I feel this way. Well, the topic I chose is why people need a cat in their lives. Now, as there are many pros to having a cat, there are unfortunately a lot of cons to having a cat as well. I will be going through many pros and cons throughout my speech and explaining why I feel that way. As I do love all animals except for spiders, being I'm terrified of spiders. I've had dogs and cats, and I've also raised a lot of farm animals. But when it comes down to raising an animal here in the city and in my home, I would personally prefer having a cat over a dog in my home. Before I get into the pros and cons about having a cat, I want to tell you a little bit of background information behind why I chose this topic. Now, ever since I was born and little, there has been a cat in my home and in my life. The first cat I remember having was Angel, who was actually born on 9/11/2001. I was only 3 years old, and I remember being so amazed with this cat that I would go find her and pull her out from underneath my bed or out of anywhere by her tail, walking around the house by her tail going, "Kitty cat, kitty cat." Until my mom started yelling at me, then I stopped. When I was in kindergarten, my dad, my brother, and I went to our family farm, and my uncle went to the barn and brought out this beautiful kitten who happened to be the runt. Now, she had different markings than all the other kittens, therefore we had named her different. The cat was originally brought home for me to be my cat. As the years went on, Different and I grew closer. She became my very best friend. She helped me through a lot of major events that's happened in my life, being my parents' divorce, my grandpa dying, breakups, me getting mad at my family. As we both had gotten older, it seemed she had aged faster than I did. We thought that we had her sickness under control, but her little body started getting weaker by the days. 15 years down the road, her health took a major fall for the worse. As a family, we all had to make that very hard and heartbreaking decision. On December 22nd last year, I had lost my very best friend. As much as it hurt, and still does to this day, I knew it was time because I didn't want her suffering anymore. Now, as I had the cat 15 years of my life, being that is most of my life because I'm only 20 years old, that's a long time to have a bond with an animal. Now, as you guys know a little bit of background behind why I love cats, and that I'm not just a crazy cat lady, I'm going to tell you why having a cat is necessary. Now, as all humans and animals have a special bond, cats are different. Compared to dogs, cats are very low maintenance. They bathe and groom themselves for the most part. You might have to brush the cat now and then when the seasons change, if the cat sheds a lot. If you have an indoor cat, you don't have to let the cat inside and outside to go to the bathroom. The cat will simply go to its litter box and do its business. A cat won't bark at your phone ringing or someone knocking at the door either. When you leave for the day, you don't have to make the arrangements as to having someone come let the cat in and out to go to the bathroom or to come check on it. As long as the cat has food, water, and its litter box, the cat is okay alone for a while. Unlike a dog where it needs to be let out every couple hours, or else you're going to come home to a mess. Now, all cats get into things and create messes, or as all animals get into things and create messes, a cat is less likely to get into things like the garbage and create a huge mess for you to clean up when you get home. A cat will catch mice that make their way into your home. Yes, mouse traps exist, but a cat can find a mouse before you even know there's one in the home. Some cats are very loving animals and will enjoy sitting in your lap and purring. Now you get the affection of a companion animal, which can have a calming effect and can reduce stress. Having a cat as an elderly person can really help them feel less lonely and lower their blood pressure. They are also very comforting when it comes to stuff being wrong. When I was upset, my cat always was right there by my side. Sometimes she knew something was wrong before I did. A cat really becomes your best friend when no one else is there. My cat would know what time I got home from work and would be waiting for me at the door at 10 p.m. for me to get home before heading to my room to go to sleep. She would cuddle up with me all night long, and I would wake up with her still by my side in the morning. Cats are very also odd characters. Now, as most don't, some cats do like water. My cat would never fail to make me laugh when I would be taking a shower and she would meow at me until I would open the shower door and let her in. And yes, the shower was on. Cats never fail to make someone smile or laugh, especially when a smile is needed. Alright, to the downfalls of having a cat. A lot of people are allergic to cats. For example, my boyfriend is allergic, so therefore I can't get another cat. Bummer. As you have to clean up after a dog does its business, you do have to clean the cat's box quite often, because you wouldn't want to step in your own feces or continue going to the bathroom over old feces. When the cat gets older, they do become more picky and the box needs to be cleaned more often, or else they tend to use it to mark their territory on the carpet. Cats have very sharp claws, and if you decide to not get them declawed, the cat may scratch up your furniture and or ruin your furniture. Also, not to mention if a cat scratches you good enough, they can get infected if the cut's not cleaned good enough. Now, as the cat reaches 6 months old, it probably by now has hit puberty. A female cat will come into heat several times a year until she is sprayed. As an outside cat, they could bring you multiple presents such as dead animals into your home. And my brother can vouch for that one, as our mom's cat would bring in mice and put them by his head to wake up to. They are usually so proud and you will probably be so very mad. As with losing any animal, it can be very hard. An animal becomes more than just a pet, it becomes part of the family. Losing a cat honestly broke my heart. When writing my pros and cons, I thought, what if I did a small survey to see what my friends and family would rather have? Then I thought to include as to why they chose cat or dog. The first people I asked was my mom and grandma. They both had chose that they would rather have a cat over a dog. The reason they chose a cat is because they are easier to take care of. I then asked my brother, and he said a cat because of different. Matt had chose a dog because a cat is not as boring, will play with you outside, and you can take them on walks without getting weird looks. Which is very funny because I bought my cat a collar and I was going to take her on walks until she didn't like the collar. And the last two people I asked chose dogs over cats. Cody said dogs because they are just more fun and easier to take care of. Now everybody has their own opinion and preferences as to what they would rather have in their home, a cat or a dog. My personal opinion, I think everyone needs a cat at least once in their lives. My cat brought so much happiness and joy into my life, and also everyone in my family and friends that have came over. I think cats can help a lot of people who suffer from depression and anxiety. A cat is more calm than a dog is, so therefore a cat won't always be hyper running around the house, and they will cuddle up with you and love on you when you need it the most. Also, when they do run around the house, it is kind of funny. Our cat used to run into walls because we'd play with a laser. In my studies, the pros outweigh the cons by flying colors. In this speech, I have told you all many pros and cons as to why everyone should get a cat. I think the pros outweigh the cons. Everyone needs to experience having a little fluffy kitten to become best friends with. It may seem like cats are jerks at times, but they really are sweet, caring animals and can really help someone who is going through a rough time or just needing extra love. And they also are an amazing little animal. I hope with this speech I changed some of your minds, some of your dog lovers' minds, into thinking about getting a cat. Thank you for watching, and remember, I'm not just the crazy cat lady.